Wisconsin, and Accra East. Then we also invite them to attend our meeting. On this note, I would like to say a very big thank you to the Rotary Club of UPSA. They've been phenomenal in attending our meetings and events. So a big thumbs up to the youth director. And also with this, I also encourage our other Rotary clubs, Wisconsin and Accra East, to also visit our clubs. So happy. Next slide, please. So for the next month's program, so that's today, we have a business meeting. And on the 10th of November, we have Mr. Paul Mante, the Managing Director of EDC Investments, and he'll be making a talk on making CD investments in these tough times. Then on the 17th, will be all club members will endeavor to take a course on the Rotary Learning Center, purposely a course on the Rotary Foundation, and we are all encouraged to show our certificate after the taking of the course. And also on the 24th, we'll have a talk on the Rotary Foundation by our own PDG Yvonne Kumoji Daku from the Rotary Club of Accra East. So in conclusion, we all encourage that all club members to actively attend club meetings, activities, and to share fellowship with other club meetings, activities, and to share fellowship with other Rotarys and Rotary clubs in Ghana and worldwide. So we also continue to liaise with other club committees to ensure an engaging, interesting, and fun schedules of activities. RP, thank you. Sorry for the rushing. I'm still at work and I'm running around. So
thank you very much. You sound like you are in the labor room with 22, if I'm not mistaken. But it's good. I can tell because of the echo from the background. Thank you very much for such a brief success report. Would want to leave the floor for the parents who might have any questions. Parents, any questions to our club admin director?
You're doing a repeat.
Hello, parents. Any questions? Roger Mamiya, just by way of a correction, PDG Yvonne Kumoji is a member of the Rotary Club of Accra South. I think it was a mistake indicated at Accra East, but we chatted him, so it's in order. Just take note of that. All right. In the absence of any questions, we'll move on to the next report. Lieutenant Elom, I want to believe that you are in a good position to speak now.
Yes, Mr. President, we can do it.
Also. So over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. President. This is a report from the Service Project Committee for September to October. Next slide. So I'll be reporting on activities from September and October. So for this month, we had the commissioning of a 4-bedroom staff quarters at the Kokobite Health Center. Secondly, we also repainted the main Kokobite clinic. We also had a tree planted with our President Jennifer Jones. The 4th project we did together with the Ghana Polio Committee was the National Immunization Days. And the 5th one that we recently had was the Save the Tatas, the Joint Breast Cancer Awareness and Screening Project at NEMA. Next slide. Okay, so before the commissioning of the Kokobite staff quarters, we invited members of the club plus as partners in service to join us to do some hands-on work So in the picture, you can see Rotarian President Andrew scraping the walls, P. Oga also painting some parts. We have our award-winning Assistant Secretary also doing some works. In total, it was a very fun and involving activities where every Rotarian of the club and Rotators were deeply involved in the activities for the day to get ready for the main commissioning. Next slide. So finally, the day arrived for the commissioning of the Kokobite staff quarters, and that was on the Tuesday, 13 September 2022. We're honored, next slide, we're honored to have in our midst Rotary International President Jennifer Jones and past Rotary International Director Brad Howard with us. So in the picture here is a before, let's say even this one is a midway of how the quarters were looking. That is the picture on the left, and the picture on the right is how finally the Rotary Club of Accra East, the Rotary Club of the Rotary Satellite Club of Accra East, McCarthy Hill, plus Brad Howard's club put together to renovate this 4-bedroom staff quarters for the Kokobite Health Center. Before finally the project was commissioned, we had some back and forth with the elders of the community. So myself, Rotarian President Andrew, some members of the Rotary Club of Weija West, PAG Jack, had to do some conflict prevention seminars all over, back and forth for about 2 weeks before the commissioning was done. And as you can see, this is the final meeting we had with one of the chiefs at Kokobite. It was very peaceful. Next slide. So in the picture, we have PID Brad Howard giving his speech. He was so excited about the progress of the project, and he was very thankful to the Rotary Club and other partner clubs for involving themselves and contributing a lot of money for this project to see the light of day. Next slide. So this is a moment that past RI Director Brad Howard shared with some members of the club. He was so excited as well to see that the Rotary Club of Accra East had grown some beautiful flowers, that is, had young people in the club who are ready to continue the history of the club. We really had some good time with him, those few moments that we were there. So all of us will know Brad Howard was made Chief of Development in Kokobite some 22 years ago. So it was more like a homecoming for him. That's why you can see him dressed in his beautiful kente clothes. Next slide. So finally, the unveiling of the plaque. This was done by Rotary International President Jennifer Jones together with Ni Ade, the chief of Kokobite, with other dignitaries we see in the photo. It was a very, very colorful, memorable and exciting event. DG, District Governor Victor Yawasante was also there to grace the event. Before the event of the day or the commissioning was completed, RI President, Rotary International President Jennifer Jones, came into the country as RI President, but left as a queen of development of the Kokobite community. So she was installed as the Queen of Development, and her title now is Na Osamanye Ahenkai the First of the Kokobite community. So as you can see in the photo, this was the traditional ceremony where she was installed queen. She was given a beautiful kente cloth, the ahinema, and some beads to wear around her waist. She was so happy because she wasn't expecting this at all. She mentioned that it was one of the biggest honor for her on a tour to Africa. Next slide. Okay, so the day at Kokobite was really, really packed. We have about 4 events: the commission of the quarters, we had the commissioning of the malaria program, we did one other, yes. Then finally we had the tree planting. So together with the Rotarians and the Rotarates at Kokobite, plus the staff of the Kokobite Health Center, we planted some trees at the Kokobite Health Center to one, beautify the place, check erosions, and also, as we all know, Rotary's area of focus, the environment was very important to Rotary International President Jennifer Jones. So we had that gone down. We planted more than 50 trees on that day. In October, we saw the National Immunization Days happening. To commence the events was the launch of the events. So we have the chair of the Ghana Polio Committee, PAG Nanaya Strebo here. This event was held at the Civil Service Hall in Accra in the ministry. So Rotarians were invited to come and listen in on the outline for the NIDs, both the first round and the second round. So the Rotary Club of Accra was assigned to the OSHA Polyclinic in the Asiedu Keteke sub-metro. And the communities that were supposed to go to or attend to were Jamestown, Bukom, Englishi, Osherford, and the rest. Trust me, it was an amazing time with these communities. I mean, anybody that heard that when Bukom was surprised, but it was a lovely community to work with. We did this work in 3 days, and there were about 15 volunteers from our club and our partners in service to do this 3 days exercise. And we're able to do some 105 volunteer hours in total. Next slide. So in the photo, we can see some members of our club in action during the NID days at Bukom. Rotarian, our newest member, Rotarian Vincent in the middle there, and the project director, myself on the left, and some other partners in service that join us on the day. Next slide. Yes, we can also see here, smiling beautifully after the immunization, Rotarian, Arthur, my own fabulous mentee, also in action. We also have Rotarata Nathan here as well in action during the National Immunization Days. It was an eye-opener for a lot of Rotarians and Rotarates who have not been to such communities before. Great job done, all of you. Our last project until this report was the Save the Tartars. Save the Tartars was the joint breast cancer screening, awareness and screening project, which was executed by 13 different clubs, including Rotary clubs, Lions Club, and Rotaract Club. This event was held on the 29th of October, on Saturday, just last Saturday, at the St. Kizito Catholic Church in Nima. Next slide. So in total, we're able to screen more than 150 people in the Nima community, which included men and women. We're really surprised during the outreach when we told the men that, yes, they are also part and they can also come and get screened. They were like, oh, they were going to come. We thought they were joking. But trust me, 30% of this number were men who were willing to screen and also come along with their wives to the screening sites. So the van you see there is the van from the breasted one. It was the NGO we partnered with. They came with their van, which has an enclosed space. They also came with 4 of their staffs who were doing the screening inside the van. I might say that it's been a while. I did my self-examination, but Charlie, on the day of the screening, the way the nurses were screening my breast, I was so happy. I mean, trust me. It was really, really a nice time. Just that club admin didn't get screened. I don't know why. Okay, so this is a cross section before the screening started. We can see on the left some presidents and members of Rotary clubs and Lions clubs addressing the people who were coming to get screened. We introduced ourselves. The nurse was there to do the awareness before the screening commenced. And yay, we have to take a go photo because we're excited that we were doing or making a difference in the community, in the Nima community. Yes, so this is myself and a lion ready to go into the community to create the awareness. So I'll talk now on our ongoing project. So the first one is the cervical cancer project. This together we'll be doing with the Rotary Club of Eau Claire. And this project will be purchasing some 60 terminal ablation devices. These devices are used to screen for cervical cancer. And if all goes well, thanks be to God, the schedules have been extended. When we receive these items, we will be working together with the Ministry of Health through the Catholic Hospital in Bato to donate this item so that all women in Ghana can be screened. It's worth knowing that the Catholic Hospital in Bato is championing the fight against cervical cancer, and they do a lot of projects and programs for cervical cancer prevention and treatments in Ghana. Next slide. Sorry. Okay, so our second ongoing project is the Global Grants Project. The Rotary Club of Accra is together with the Rotary Club of Springville Clayton is undertaking this project to provide mechanized borehole for two communities. That is Omaneko community and the Obretama community, all located in the Suhum district. So a little update on progress. Currently, the Obretama community drilling has been completed, but the Omaneko one is not, because we experienced some challenges with 3 different drilling attempts. And we didn't get any positive result. The water that we found was not good. So the hydrogeologists, yes, had gone back to the community to find 4 new possible sites that we can drill to see if we get some good water there. So by the end of the week, that is tomorrow, we'll finalize the discussions with the driller to give us some feedbacks on how we are able to finish. Then a complete report will be shared with the club. Ongoing is also the new implementation plan, so that the house will be updated when all this are done. Upcoming projects, which are likely to happen the second half of the Rotary year, is the Zongo Boot Camp. The Zongo Boot Camp is the vocational and entrepreneurial training that the club would want to do with about 50 headquarters in Medina. So what we are saying is that we don't want them to carry the pants on their head again. We want every single girl in the community to have a skill. So this little skills that will be given to them will go a long way to help them to start their own small businesses. So they will not go back to carry those pants on their head. So this project is likely to happen in the second half of the Rotary year, between January and March. Next is the ICT Center for the Suhum cluster of schools. It is very sad to know that there are about 1,500 students on this campus, and not even a single computer is on the school premises. There are there's a cluster of schools with 4 schools in there. none of the schools has got a computer. And also sad to know that they all write the same ICT exams with other schools that have got a computer lab. So we are trying to raise funds so we get some computers and other accessories to establish this ICT center for the Suhum cluster of schools. They already have their room ready. They've created their space. They are left with some small touches to do. The parts that the Rotary Club of Accra is playing is to supply the computers, furnitures, and do the installations for all the accessories and the computers that we'll need for the ICT center. We have about 100,000 Ghana cedis on to go with this project. So club members, if there's any avenue of donation partnerships, can you let us know so we make this project see the light of day. Final but not the least is the Sweet Green Tree Planting Project. The seventh areas of focus for the Rotary International is the environment. And this year we want to plant as many trees as possible to keep our environment safe and also tag the issues of climate change. We are doing this together with our 3 water club and our Interarts club, working together with the Youth Service Project Director to put a final program for this project. So we'll share with all club members. Next slide. On this note, the Rotary Club of Accra would like to show appreciation to all those who have been supporting us so far from the beginning of the year. No, this support, some of this support started last Rotary year, continued this year, and we are still enjoying all the generosities from our sponsors, our fellow Rotarians. So we would like to say thank you so much for all the support you have given us or towards our service projects. Worth mentioning is Phoenix International Company, Ghana Limited. This sponsorship was gotten through PP William. Thank you so much. ANC More, Rotarian Angie has never left us. He's always supportive. AB and David Law through PP David. We say we are so grateful. Sopodiva Training Center, our own amazing PE Oga. Thank you so much for always supporting us. Davis and Davis Law, Rotarian John Davis, our fabulous club secretary, always supportive and always helping us through. We say a very big thank you to you. BAG, Gertrude, Ajo Akpalo, our fabulous diva and club trainer. She's always there for us. Thank you for your continuous support. Rotarian Christian is a new member, but had always been there for us with his general support. And last but not the least, Rotarian John Davis here again. He's so amazing. We say thank you so much. Please continue to support us. If we have any avenues or if you have any friends who might be interested in supporting our upcoming projects, kindly let us know so we can work on them. On this note, Rotarian President, I'd like to say thank you. And fellow Rotarians and Rotarians on the call, thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Rotarian alum, for that presentation. I believe those who couldn't participate in any of the community service projects would, by this, have a fair understanding of what we've been up to. And you almost speak like PAG Ajo. I don't know why. But by way of correction, it's not Phoenix International, it's Phoenix Insurance, and it was through PP Emmanuel, not PP William, just by way of correction. Fellow Rotarians, any questions, corrections, or comments to our service project director, please? In 5, any questions, comments, concerns? Okay, I guess the silence means we are all good. We'll continue with Youth Service Director's report. Hello, Darren. Since today is a business meeting, I'll crave your indulgence. It's 18 minutes to 19:30. We'll be closing a bit later. Return Ernest, are you on call, please?
Yes, Alfie, I'm on call. Can you hear me, please?
Loud and clear.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you are up next for our youth service report, please.
Okay, Alfie.
What about you doing up?
Can you? Yeah, please. Thank you. Thank you very much, Alfie. Fellow Rotarians and guests and retractors on the call. A very good evening to everybody. So far, so good. It's been an amazing time with our youth clubs, and I'm here to give us an update on what's been happening so far. First slide, please. So during our first meeting, we gave an overview of the things we sought to do with our clubs, and we listed supporting our youth clubs, mentoring and guidance, and our financial obligations to them. So these are the things we've been working on. Next one, please. So with regards to supporting our youth clubs, we mentioned attendance of their meetings and programs as a very key aspect of what we want to do. And so far, so good. We've had an encouraging attendance at their meetings, and this saw 3 members from our club meetings, especially at that of the Rotary Club of the UPSA. So these were the meetings. Fellowship songs, Rotary Ernest, that is me. I took them through fellowship songs, and they learned more new songs, since this was like a breed of new Rotaries who didn't know their songs. So we took them through. It was a very interesting meeting. And then our own overrated nurse, Rotarian Linda, took them through breast cancer, symptoms, diagnosis and treatment. Another insightful meeting it was. And then our own PE Oga was a guest speaker. He took them through the topic after school, what next? And from the feedback I got, I heard it was really an interesting session. Mentoring and guidance. So from the meetings we've been attending at the, especially with the Rotary Club of UPSA, we realized that some few things are changing and we need to address them. One of the key things we realized was that the sort of importance we placed on appearance at meetings was no longer there. So we realized retractors weren't appearing the way they should actually do. So Rotarian Linda also looked at this. She also engaged me, and we have agreed to have a mentoring and self-branding sort of project for them, so that we tell them and guide them as to how they should dress, appearance, the meeting structure, and everything. So that is one thing that we're going to do. We should do that before the end of this year. This also saw us visiting our Interact Club to reactivate the club. So this meeting was attended by the DRR, Fred Asante, Retractor Sedinam, and myself. So we went to the Interact Club of St. Thomas Aquinas, where we saw about 120 people showing interest. Well, we told them it's not about the numbers, it's about quality. So we want to see action. We came out with the proposed volleyball court beautification project, which we will discuss with the club. Yeah, happy you can skip. So there are the pictures in there for the meeting. Our financial obligations, happily and proudly, I announced to us that our wonderful experience club has paid all its financial obligations to the youth clubs in full. So we did not owe any of the dues that we were supposed to pay. And also, we have tabled the proposal for sponsorship for some retractors for us. This was discussed at the board meeting, and I know RP, when it is agreed on, will explain to the club in general what it has to be done. RP, I hope that is fine. So next slide, please. So the programs, upcoming programs. Breast cancer screening project, or the programs we've had and are about to have. So an update on all that we've done with them. So we had the breast screening project with our youth clubs, which saw a massive attendance at St. Peter's Catholic Church over the weekend. It was a well-attended one. Upcoming, the Rotaract Africa Summit, supposed to be held in Hull, with our own club members being the chief or leaders in this regard, Rotarian LE and Rotarian Alum, for which we are even seeking sponsorship for some of our leaders to attend. And then the International Student Cultural Exchange Program, which is supposed to happen between, I've forgotten the name of the program, but the United States of America School and that of our international. Details will be shared accordingly. The flyer is also there for any further details. Because of time, I'm just wrapping it up. Next slide, please. So basically that's it. Okay, I saw your sign of relief. Thank you.
Thank you very much for saying this. I'm smiling for, like indicated to you in the board meeting, the useful exuberance that has been brought back into our youth service is something that I must commend you for. Not just you, but also to our project service project director, then Elon, and our club admin, who almost on a monthly basis make me appreciate being in Rotary by their discharge of duties. It's good, and it's good. Fellow Rotarians, any questions to our youth service director? Hello, there is any questions to our youth service director, please? Okay, there's none. I believe Rotarian Ellie, I guess it's time for us to know what the treasuries look like. Rotarian Ellie, are you on call? Hello.
Good evening, RP. Good evening, fellow Rotarians. Please, if you can give me access to share my presentation.
Sure. In a minute. Okay, you have access now, please.
Okay. RP, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. I believe everyone can.
Okay. Thank you, RP. Good evening, fellow Rotarians, retractors on call. My name is Rotarian Eli Ampim. I'm presenting reports for the office of the Directorate of the Treasurer. This report is for the months of September, October, and November 2022. So the team is made up of myself and Rotarian Patrick Atta as the deputy. Okay, so straight to our account balances. As you can all see on your screens, we have a lot of accounts. The last time we checked, we have about 12 accounts. Some of the accounts that are dormant will soon close these accounts. So I start with the project account. As at the end of September and October, the balances in the project account remain 1665. As at the beginning of this month, or as at today, the balance in the project account is 1,575 Ghana cedis. Club administration accounts. With the club administration account, we have about 3 accounts, 1 CD account and 2 foreign currency accounts, 2 USD accounts. With the main club CD administration account, at the end of September, the balance in the account was 2,253.118 pesos. At the end of October, we had 17,855 cedis, 18 pesos. And at the beginning of this month, the balance in the account is 12,768.18 pesos. In the USD account, currently we have $730 in the account. We have chunk of our money sitting in the Vodafone Cash account. As at the beginning of this month, we have 5,598 cedis, 52 pesos in the Vodafone Cash account. The challenge with the moving of funds from the Vodafone Cash account is that it attracts e-levy and it's not making it a bit conducive for us to quickly utilize the money in the account or move the money in the account to the bank account. The Momo balance as at today is MTN Momo balance as at today is 630 Ghana cedis, 91 pesos. So we have other accounts that were open for specific projects or for specific activities. To mention, one is Presidential Ball or Atiavi accounts. The account has been lying 0 for all these months because we have ended that project, and it's one of the accounts that will soon close this account. Woodbridge Atiavi account, the balance remains $652.84. Special accounts. This account is for Rotary Club of Makati Hill under formation, or Satellite Club, sorry. The balance is 545 Ghana cedis, 45 pesos. Fundraising. We, as the project director made mention, we have about 3 projects outstanding for us to embark on within the next half. To mention ICT Center for Suhum Cluster of Schools, Zongo Bootcamp, tree planting with partners in service. So far, we have raised just 1,500 Ghana cedis for the Suhum project. Chunk of the funds that we raised earlier or in the previous months was channeled into the Koklobite project. So this is the fund that we have raised so far for the ICT project. This happens to be our flagship project, as RP or as the president indicated during the maiden meeting. And it's not looking good in terms of our fundraising. If as at today we have this amount of money for the project, then we have a long way to go. I want to use this opportunity to appeal to all members or all Rotarians on call. If there is any way that you can assist us to get the needed funding for the project, we'll be grateful. Dues. Total dues received as at today is 57,181 Ghana cedis. The expected dues is 235,293. I must put this on record that the expected amount is likely to go up depending on the exchange rate. If members will have to pay in cedis or in dollars, it depends on the exchange rate. It might go up anytime soon. Percentage received. We have received about 24%, 24.30% of the total dues expected. Percentage of members who have paid in full, 14.41%. That is about 17 members have paid in full. 17 members have paid their dues in full. Members who have made part payment, 7.31%. 17 members have also made part payments of their dues, and about 53.98% are yet to make commitments. That is about 35 members are yet to pay something. Expenses for the period, for the month of September, for the month of October and November. So youth service, we spent 7,482 on youth service. This we paid their dues, district dues, and then national dues paid for the road tribe and then the Interact clubs. Kokrobite project, we spent about 14,300 on it to get it completed and get the commission to joint projects. I think a week ago, we embarked on joint breast cancer awareness project with other clubs. We spent 1,100. Club administration, we've spent 4,756 Ghana cedis. Public image, we've spent 1,450. Service projects, this is for polio and first round and second round polio exercise and other projects that we supported. That is 3,260. We have also registered to participate in West African project. We paid $100 for the project. So in total, we have spent 32,368 Ghana cedis and $100 within these months. Liabilities and challenges of the club. We need an amount of 200,000 to complete all our projects for the year. The 3 projects for the year, we need about 200,000 to complete it. It also looks like this amount may go up because we are yet to get the needed materials and items for the projects. Prices of goods and services keeps going up, so this amount is likely to go up as well. One challenge which we don't have control over is the depreciation of the cedi against the dollar, and I would like to appeal to all members that we pay our dues, our RI dues and district dues in USD. So anytime the cedi depreciates, it affects the amount that we have to pay. It means you have to pay more cedis or you have to spend more to pay for the dues. Our district dues of $4,620 is still outstanding, is still pending. This is because we have not been able to raise enough money or pay dues so that we can pay for the dues. As at today, the district rate is 14.5 Ghana cedis to $1. So what this means is that we need about 66,990 Ghana cedis to pay for the district dues. And if we continue to delay with payment of our dues, it means that this amount will also be going up in case the cedi should depreciate. Finally, I want to once again appeal to all members to pay their dues so that we'll be able to do what is expected of us as a club. RPINETA. Thank you.
Many thanks, Return Treasurer. I want you to bring your slide back to the last slide. I just have a few things to say on that. Fellow Rotarians, I think I'll need to re-emphasize that out of the 50, the numbers we have, our 53 people who have not paid anything at all, would want to encourage you, as you can see. We need to make payments of our district dues, which is long overdue. We had a bit of a gap, breathing space from the district because we had to commit some funds to complete the Kokrobite project. But yes, it's good. We've sorted out our RI dues first out. It'll be good for us to complete payment of our dues in order to be able to meet this. And like the treasurer said, the more we delay, the more it goes against us. We started this year estimating some 8.5 hedging the dollar, and now it's moving around 14.5. It's really blown the whole budget out of proportion. We are doing whatever it's humanly possible. The service project director in our board meeting on Monday has also been tasked to review some of the figures in terms of the numbers that we are looking at in providing for in respect of the computers that we want to purchase for the school. And like the treasurer rightly said, this 200,000 that we indicated has actually been revised to 240,000. An invoice we received for some 40,000 at the beginning of the rugby year is somewhere hovering around 70,000 to procure the same quantity of items. So the earlier we make payment for our dues, the better for us, and also for the better for the club, as well as the individuals that we hope to put smiles on their faces. Many thanks to Terry Treasurer. I don't know if anyone has any comments, questions for our club treasurer, please. President John Davis, you have the floor.
Yeah, RP, if we can go back to the dues payment slide.
Okay.
If you can go back, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was thinking maybe for members to see the picture clearly, it'd be good if you put figures against the percentages that we have.
Okay.
You see, yes, that would immediately tell members exactly what is happening in terms of numbers, actual numbers. Yeah.
Okay. I share your sentiment. So, Rosanelli, kindly update that and then forward same to the secretary as well as all directors. Those who have your report, I can forward that to the secretary so he can forward it to club members for their attention, especially for those who couldn't make it on call. I think there was a comment that came in from Lieutenant Edwin that is it possible for reports to be sent to members in advance business meetings so that we can proceed. So thank you very much, fellow Rotarians. Any other question, please?
Jeffrey.
Any other
Okay,
question? Any other question, please, to our club treasurer? Okay, many thanks, Rotarian Ellie. If you could please stop sharing your screen. Many thank you. We'll continue with our presentation.